Hail brothers and sisters, my name is Captain Meatshield and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included, where I'm a little concerned for the state of the place at the moment. It's mostly because of the water supply. That's kind of... it's looking a little bit bad, and I don't know where this door's gone. It's in auto mode at the moment, but it just doesn't appear to be there. It looks like it's been locked open. Yeah, we're struggling on coal and... I mean, we did dig around for a lot of... oh, apparently it's nap time, so everybody's going off to do that. We're currently struggling on coal and water supplies. Now, we do have some research underway for getting towards liquid tuning. I'm trying to get things in place so that we can start worrying about recycling all of this. But I think it might end up being too little too late. I think I might have put that stuff off for a little too long, seeing as we don't really have another clean water supply that we can tap into at the moment. We do have this down here. We could get water from down here, but the temperature over here is going to be far too high for my duplicants to be dealing with. So I kind of want to... the fuck? Wolframite? What the hell are you? Source of tungsten, used for building power systems. Oh, okay. Interesting. I've never seen that before. Oh, right, we've got another cold area down here. We've got minus temperatures heading down this way. Oh, alright. Why am I all of a sudden seeing frozen biomes when I've never seen them before? I don't know. Yeah, okay, I'm going to have to... one thing I do want to start doing is dealing with slime. So, I want to get some ore scrubbers in place. Let's get a couple of these in over here, because we can start pumping this this chlorine into these machines now that we've got access to it. So we're going to bring this pipe. I suppose if I'm going to be making the chlorine go along here, we may as well just bring it along this way. That seems like it should work fine. We should set these to a priority 7 as well, just so they get done. But yeah, it may be panic stations fairly soon, just because of this whole water issue. If we can speed through this research, we might be able to manage. We might be all right. I'm also hoping there's no... oh, actually, I don't want to put that one there. I want to replace that with a... right, where's my... there's that. Let's get these out of the ground. Get them dug up. We're going to bring some of that over that way. We'll bring some of that. Yep, those are the words we're going with. We're going to keep replacing tiles over this way. And we need to do something about this CO2 in here. This is not good, but... yeah, it could be better. But I'm not 100% sure on how to fix that. Short of, like, pumping all of the CO2 out of this room. I'm not set things up fantastically for all of this, but... I don't know, we're just trying to struggle on by at the moment. We're hoping for the best. What has my printing pod got for me at the moment? Ooh, 2,000 kilograms of water. I tell you what, yeah, we're going to have that. We're going to print that. Thank you very much. I don't think that's not going to be too much. That's going to be like a 2x2 space. No, that's going to be a 1x2 space. But it's something. It's clean water, and that's... no, that's not how we want to do that. We want to cancel these bits. And we're going to set this to direction right, so when duplicants bring slime in from this direction, they'll scrub it, and then they'll go and dump it into these. And these are going to be on a priority 9. We want them to get... we want these to get filled as quickly as possible. Fortunately, slime isn't that densely packed, so it's going to take a while for these to fill up. So that's good. This is also filled out quite... well, I say quite nicely. It's not filled out massively well with oxygen, but We can go in here and we can start digging out this coal as well, so that we've got a bit more. But at the moment we're okay. Oh god, we've got food shortage? How? And we got long commutes to... Oh, wow, okay. When did I get access to all of these? We're lacking in actual meal ice, that's the problem. I think we've got too many mouths to feed right now. That's a problem. But I suppose once we start getting slime, we could put some dust caps in here. We could maybe even expand the farming. We could expand things out over this way. So we can put some more food production in, which would be a good idea, I think. And we're going to start digging out this space. I want to start trying to push towards getting this this stuff done. And we're going to switch this on so we can start filling these machines with chlorine. They will take quite a lot of the chlorine that's in here just to get them filled up. So we are going to drain this tank quite heavily. But they don't actually need all that much chlorine to scrub the materials that they need. So fingers crossed, this will do us rather nicely. Oh, they're gonna scrub everything that's got germs on. I think they only scrub stuff that's got germs on them, not stuff that doesn't. So hopefully they won't be wasting their time doing all of this too much. But oh god, look at you! You look terrified. But let's have a go at doing this then. Let's just dig out this first little bit, because I need to actually have some slime littered around the place in order for it to register with the storage containers. So now that that's there, slime. There we go. We'll copy those settings, copy them to that one. So if there's ever any slime lying around, it should get picked up and then scrubbed. Hopefully in both of these, so that we can get rid of as much of the... yep, there we go. We can get rid of as much of the slime lung as possible. And you're now coated in slime lung germs, I reckon. Are you? Yes. But hopefully, as long as it doesn't spread, we should be fine. And pretty much the only polluted oxygen we got at the moment is all in here, so... as long as that oxygen doesn't spread, we shouldn't have to worry about it. Let's get some more lice loaf being made. And I am going to expand the farming out over this side. Well, there's a bit more coal here as well, so you'll grab that while we're down this way. Right, that's cultivatable soil, which is now full. Oh dear. What are you, agriculture? And that's metal ore. Alright, so we're going to move you down here. You are for eggshells, I reckon? Yeah. Alright, we'll move you down there. And then we're going to switch all these over to cultivatable soil as well, just so that we can get things like clay and stuff out of the way. I think we've not filled up all of our storage bins just yet, but we're getting there. Right, downtime. Okay, we did get... what was that? The improved plumbing technology. Is that one of the ones that I wanted set up for getting into... yeah, we're into liquid tuning now, so that's good. So that will get us the liquid tepidizer and the aqua tuner, which we need for heating the water up to get rid of the germs. Then we'll need the water sieve, but we are going to need to look into a more hefty power supply. I mean, to start with, we can just, like, we could double these up, we can put them onto a single electrical network, but that is going to mean fiddling around with some additional wiring. So yeah, we're going to have to play around with things, we're going to have to see what we can do to make improvements. I do think I'm seeing some polluted oxygen with slime lung in it. That's less than desirable. Bugger. I hate having to deal with this stuff. It fucks me up every time I bump into it. Which, like, my colonies have never gotten very far because of slime. And... yeah, I'm not a fan, I gotta say. So I'm just going to try and dig it up, get it scrubbed and shoved into this. But what we can do with the slime is we can use it to help cultivate dust caps and other things. What did I get here? Liquid reservoir. Right. Okay. Other things it can be used for are for you can turn it into algae, so that if we ever run out of algae, I mean we've got this massive pile of it up here. But if we ever run out of algae, we can turn slime into algae, so that we can keep our oxygen diffusers and algae terrariums and stuff active. Well, we seem to be doing a good job of keeping things nicely fixed up over this way. I am going to put deodorizer in here and here, so we can try and ensure that any polluted oxygen does get scrubbed, but I'm not sure how well these things work with slime lung. Well, we'll set that to, I think that's set to an 8. Are these set to an 8, or are they set to a 7? They're set to a 7, but good to keep them active as and where we can. God, there's fucking germs everywhere. It's nasty. But hopefully, as we get the slime out, the germs in a lot of the surrounding materials will start to dissipate, and we'll be able to. We won't have to worry about it so much. Is my hope. Right, I'm going to deconstruct these walls here and these walls here, and I want to just dig this stuff out. I'm going to deconstruct these bits as well. Well, Max, you managed to get yourself stuck over there, didn't you, you silly fool? You're going to hope somebody comes along and fills in all the stuff for you to be able to get out. Oh, you're able to get down, okay. You're still stuck, though. Oh, there we go. Once you've finished that, you can get out. Which I suppose will be a relief. I'm sure that will be nice. We are going to need to bring more of this plumbing over. But then we can expand our meal lice farm by quite a bit. And that should hopefully mean that we'll be able to keep as many of you people satisfied as possible. Oh, wow. I need to look into these things. Pinch of pepper nuts. I've seen those around quite a lot. I think those are these things, aren't they? Yeah. And then we need this sleet wheat grain, which is that something I get from up here? It's a wheezewort. Sleet wheat. There we go. Okay. I can make some superb food with those. So, definitely want to be looking into that if I can, if I ever get to that point. Right, I don't want any CO2 on this level. I want to keep this as clean and clear as possible. So I'm going to stick some airflow tiles in here, so the CO2 can kind of filter out, and it'll work its way down through the toilet, through the bathroom. I can't tell if these slime lung germs are actually dissipating or not. These numbers always look the same whenever I go to check them. It's like this germ just self-perpetuates. It's infuriating. But, okay, let's copy the settings on these. We'll copy all of this over. Get a ton more mealwood in place. And try and get rid of the CO2, because it's horrible down here. And I think I want to put a new ladder shaft going up this way, just to kind of help the airflow from this diffuser get round a little bit easier. I'm hoping that might actually work. So we'll put some airflow tiles in here. Right. Oh dear, we're lacking an actual miner, so we can get through the abyssalite, which I still don't quite know what I need that for. It's a miscellaneous material, but I've not found a use for it yet, I don't think. Oh, have we got any useful things here? Blossom seeds. Okay, I might grab those. I may as well get some use out of the printing pod if I'm not bringing new duplicates in. Right. Oh, this has gone a little too far over. We're into temperatures that are uncomfortable for mealwood. Over the 30-degree mark. That's not good. Because, yeah, this gets into uncomfortable territory over this way. I might want to consider putting some insulated tiles in if I get that research sorted. Have I got insulated tiles yet? No. I'm going to need them. For this, I need to... Oh, God, I just realised I need to replace all of the tiles around this with insulated ones. Oh, fuck. That's a pain in the arse. I just realised as well that expanding all of this farming is going to drain the water supply even further. This is not necessarily what I wanted to do. I might be making an absolute balls up of this situation. Oh wow, look at you. What are you? A glossy Draco. Fucking Christ, you're fancy, aren't you? You excrete phosphorite. And I can get plastic by shearing you? Wow. These guys I get reed fibres. But you, I can get plastic from. Wow. That is impressive. Again, a material that I've never gotten far enough into the game to figure out how to use. Or even acquire, really. Ugh. State of this fucking place. It's horrible. Right, I think we've got all of the research stuff done that we need. Yes, we've got the liquid tepidizer. This thing needs to sit down at the bottom of one of these tanks. And then we need the thermo aqua tuner, which we pump water from this pump here. We'll pump through the aqua tuner, which will cool the water that's piped through it, but it will output heat back into the tank. I think that's how this is meant to work. Again, it's not a system I've ever managed to get to function properly. But on that note, we're going to need to research some improved power wiring. We need heavy watt wires. Those are a thing we need. That's also going to give us access to the hydrogen generator, along with power transformers and joint plates. Because the heavy watt wires, we can't just pass through walls. We have to have specific wall plates to be able to get them to like go into rooms and out of rooms. So this is going to prove to be a bit of an awkward thing for the time being, I think. Do I have anybody who's qualified to be a better miner? Ren, you are. Good. Right, let's promote you up so that you can get that job then. We can start digging through this abyssalite and all the other stuff that you need to dig through, which is, yeah, it's just the abyssalite at the moment. Food shortage again. Need more mill ice. God damn it. Oh, I really don't like how big this tank's getting. It's not good. Like, how full it's getting, anyway. Trying to think of how to develop things from here. What I might do is I might dig out things here. I might extend this further down. And then we'll break into this so that it can all just kind of fill out down here. We'll put in all of the stuff we need for getting the water to like the right temperature and everything. We'll have to wait until we've got insulated tiles. But we might have to fiddle around with a little bit of awkward reconstruction stuff. Unless I were to maybe build a new polluted water tank somewhere and... I don't know. I feel like I'm running out of space. I feel like I don't have the technologies to get this sort of stuff operational. This is always where I get... This is about as far as my colonies ever get, to be honest. I struggle to push things further than here, because I always run into these hurdles of having to deal with slime, and then by that point, you know, it's... My water supply is all but gone, and I haven't been able to properly implement the recycling of it. Because I've got just so much water here that I cannot use, and like, that's filthy. I mean, just look at the colour, that's bad enough. But this is always the kind of hurdle that I end up at. And I'm not sure if it's because like I'm speeding my way through the game far too quickly, if I'm trying to develop things too quickly, or if I'm not developing things quickly enough. That's another thing. I don't know if I'm expanding too much too quickly, or if I'm not taking the time to properly implement certain resources. But something definitely needs to be done about this, because this is going to overflow and this is going to empty out. And once that happens, we're probably going to be completely screwed. It would be nice for you to finish digging through all this, though. Because I reckon we could get a hell of a lot more oxygen floating around up this way if we were to... There we go, that looks much... Well, I say much better. Not quite there yet, are we? Ren, what are you doing? There he goes. Good man, Ren. Well done. That's going to help ease the pressure up around this side, and yeah, it's gonna. This thing is going to keep working. It will stop pushing O2 up this way. Yeah, that's really helped. That's done a lot to improve the airflow. Just for the farm, more than anything. Be nice if we could try and... Oh, actually, yeah, it's oxygen quality is improving across the board, really. So, can't really argue too much. What are you? Polluted dirt. Why have I got polluted dirt down here? Where did that come from? I don't know. Right, this research is nearly done. So that's good. Camille, are you actually my researcher? Well, you're qualified for it, you just don't have the job. Oh, right, okay. That's awesome. So, as long as you're qualified for the position, you can still do that research. That's brilliant. I did not know that. I've learned a thing today. Oh, God, look at how little water's left. Shit. Okay, but we do have the power stuff that we need, so we can get these heavy watt joints, and we can get the heavy watt wires. So what I think it might be time to do is to plug up the new power system. So we're going to drag this line over this way. I think the batteries can be connected to this directly. They're not going to break if I do that, so that should be fine. We want to deconstruct these tiles, and we're going to want to replace them with these. We're going to just stick these big plates in. So we're going to try and have a little bit of a power restructure right now. I'm hoping this is going to work. So yeah, we want these heavy watt wires. Now, where do I want to put this stuff? Where do I want to sort out this? Oh, that's a... Yeah, I can't build that yet. We've also got transformers, which these are going to bridge the gap between these large wires and the old small ones. These will take a heavier charge, and the way a transformer, an electrical transformer works in real life. Yeah, I need to figure out how I want to get things working here. I might just do the whole kind of extend things down, so I need... where are those insulated tiles? Temperature modulation, that's the one. I'm really hoping we can get this stuff done in time, because if I can get this system to work, it's going to be an absolute lifesaver, and I'm going to be so happy to just have a way to get this thing fixed. But obviously I need to be able to make sure that I can power everything. There's going to be another big concern for all of this. Again, we do have the hydrogen generator available now. We could install that if we wanted to tap into one of these hydrogen supplies that we have around. But from previous experience of mine, hydrogen generators burn through their fuel source immensely quickly. So what I may want to do is just kind of... I may want to just go for more of this coal, really. That's hydrogen there, so I don't want to break into that bit just yet. But we will try and get as much of this coal out as possible. And I also really need to think about whether or not... Right, okay, so you guys are both ready for your promotions. So, Max, we're pushing you up to farmhand. And Joshua, you are getting promoted up to Rancher. I know Joshua doesn't quite have the morale for ranching at the moment, but we are going to have to make do. And we're going to dig out this. I've kind of left it here for the purposes of turning into a little hatch ranch. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we'll actually be able to do something with it. Oh, I like that hat, Josh. That looks awesome. Right, I do have the materials and stuff ready for getting a ranch set up, so that's good. Oh, I just realised we've got new printables. A shine nymph. Oh, ain't you cute? I don't think we need you right now. I don't think we need any of you guys, to be honest, so I'm going to reject all of you. Sorry. God, this CO2 is getting really bad. Definitely need to try and do something about that. I think if I can get this water issue sorted, I'll implement a CO2, like a carbon skimmer, a couple of carbon skimmers around, just so that we can clear the air, and then what I'm going to do will be dump one carbon skimmer, like where these two algae terrariums are, because while the carbon skimmer is excellent at getting rid of carbon dioxide, it produces no breathable oxygen whatsoever. All it does is take the CO2 out of the air. It doesn't actually produce any oxygen in place of that. So it will take the CO2 and it will just turn it into polluted water. Like, that's kind of not what we want. But as a stopgap, we can keep some algae terrariums around, so that when CO2 that is left over will filter down this way, it will hit the terrariums first, and they'll turn what they can into oxygen, and then if it gets too much for the terrariums, then the skimmer will take over and it will just polish off whatever's left. It's worked well for me in previous colonies, but yeah, we need to make improvements. What is going on? Oh god, we've got polluted oxygen up here. It's not great. I mean, it's not got any germs in it, so we're fine. You know, it will be all right. But yeah, that's less than desirable. Right, I am going to dig out some bits here, just so that we can kind of make a start on things over this way. I'm really hoping that I can get all this done without fucking things up too badly. I suppose worst comes to the worst, we're going to get polluted water all over the floor down here, but fingers crossed we won't have to worry about that. Oh, you need to do that on a 7, thank you. Look at that hatch, he's trying to join in. Right, research done, excellent. We have insulated tiles. We're going to make these out of... I think we want to make these out of igneous rock, because they're slow to heat up, and they've got an overheat temperature of plus 15 degrees C, which is going to be great compared to just making them out of sandstone. And we got a lot of igneous rock at the moment, so I think it would be worth us putting that in place. So we're gonna dig things out around this way. Oh, that research also gives us the hydro fan, which is a little thing. It's a little manually controlled fan that you can use for cooling rooms, but a duplicant has to operate it. And then we've got this. We've got a little space heater that does the opposite. It warms things up. Right. So we've got one more bit of research that we need for all of this. We need distillation. Oh, that will also get us the algae distiller, so that's good. But yeah, we need the water sieve for finishing up this this little treatment cycle. And I'm really hoping that I'm going to get this right. This is some nerve-wracking stuff for me, and I'm very concerned that I'm going to fuck it up. If anything, I'm just concerned that I'm not getting this done early enough in the game. That's my kind of biggest concern right now. Ugh, this is one awful environment to be working in. It's just pure CO2 at the moment. I feel so sorry for you guys. Right, keep digging all this stuff out. I want to try and get this wall in place before this puffed decides it wants to sneak its way in. Because, I mean, he lives on a diet of polluted oxygen, which ain't bad, but he excretes slime. which is less than great, so I don't know what to do about him. We've also got slime lung germs in this atmosphere as well, so that's not fucking great, is it? No. Less than pleasant. Right, now, the liquid tepidizer requires 960 watts of power, which is enough for the regular little wires to be able to carry. So that's not the issue that we've got here, but this aqua tuner requires 1.2 kilowatts. So that's the reason we need the improved power lines. So what we're going to need around this area is we're going to need a direct line from the big wire into the aqua tuner. And the... Oh god, Max, why do you keep getting yourself stuck in these ridiculous situations? You're an idiot. Priority 9 on that, please. Can we get Max down? Because he's going to suffocate. Are you kidding? No, that... Ren, get him the fuck down because he's going to die, you idiot. Ugh, thank you. I do not want you, like, unintentionally killing your friends. You silly fool. And now nobody got to eat, so that's fantastic. I don't suppose I've got anybody else who could be doing a miner's job at the moment, do I? I've only got Camille, and she's not particularly interested in mining. I don't know, we could just start training her up in all of the bloody jobs. Could be a potential thing. At the moment, Ren's the only one who can dig out any of this crap. Right, that's our last bit of research done. So we've got... Now that's... oh, that's some ventilation stuff. Right, algae distiller we could put in here, and then we can turn the slime into algae, which is great, but it does output polluted water. But it doesn't require a water input, so... okay. If we can get this recycling thing up and running, then that's just more water that we can make use of. But we do need this, we need the water sieve, which will take polluted water in, and it will output polluted dirt and just regular water. So, yeah, it needs sand and polluted water to function. Outputs water and polluted dirt. So the polluted dirt can then go into the compost heap. But unfortunately the water sieve won't get rid of the germs, which I think when I used to watch other people playing, when I was watching Let's Plays of the game back in the day, there's quite a few updates ago. You could just check. Why are you over there? Get out of there. Don't be over there, because you're going to get sealed in, and then you're going to yell at me, and it's going to be all my fault, because you're a bunch of bloody idiots. But yeah, the water sieve was, like, essentially just completely cleaned the polluted water. You didn't need anything else. Right, that's all that there. Let's get insulated tiles in that bit, and then we need to tidy everything up. Provided we got time, good God. I'm going to be pushing it close with this. Ooh, we've got mushrooms that we can be cooking. I'm going to stop people from eating those. We're going to make some fried mushrooms. They also don't require water for making, so that's good. And we've got a printing pod activation. A Joya seed. I've not seen one of those before. I'll have that because I can store seeds in places. Seed of a jumping Joya. Oh, okay, hello. Decorative plants that are colloquially said to make gardeners jump for joy. Okay. I think we're getting close to this pitcher pump no longer working, which is... That's going to be a problem. Because without the pitcher pump working, we're not going to be able to get food. And these algae terrariums won't be able to function, which means we won't be able to clean the air. And once this pump can no longer access water, we won't have any clean clean plumbing, so people won't be able to use the lavatory or the sink, which means they'll just be pissing themselves all over the place. And it also means we won't be able to continue to irrigate our farming and grow any food. So we might be on the spiral downwards here. It might be all over before we even know it. You guys are going to quickly sweep up all of this as best you can. I would really like to try and clean this area out. But we're going to build our tepidizer. We're going to put that... yeah, we'll put that there. And then we're going to need somewhere to put the aqua tuner. I'm thinking we might just build that on a... No, I don't want to put that there. God. I wanted to build another insulated sheet wool. Don't know if building mesh tiles is going to be of any use, so we'll build insulated tiles here. And then we're going to put the aqua tuner on top of it. But I think I am going to have to wrap this episode up here. Unfortunately, this is where things are going to start getting very dicey. The next episode may be a make or break one. Well, it will be a make or break one, I reckon. With the state of the water supply at the moment, I don't know how well we're going to be able to pull back from this. I want to try. I really want to try, because this is always the part of the game that kind of cocks me up. And I really want to do my best to try and turn this situation around. I want to try and get this water supply recycled. I want to get things as functional as I possibly can. Really. So I'm going to let these guys do their sweep job. They're going to clean everything up. They're going to clean up this entire area. So hopefully by the time we get around to fixing all this, we are going to need to redo some plumbing stuff as well. So yeah, we'll stick that in there. We're going to need... I don't know if we want insulated pipes or if we want... just liquid pipes. I think they should be fine. We will make these out of igneous rock though, just to help with the overheat temperature stuff. But yeah, this is going to be where things become a real make or break sort of thing. And I'm very nervous. I'm very nervous about implementing all of this stuff because, yeah, I've never made it work before. But we'll see how things go in the next episode. For now, I'm going to wrap this one up here and just say thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out the playlists on the channel for more Let's Plays or metal covers, and give this video a like or a comment just to leave your thoughts. And if you wish to join the ever-growing ranks of the Order of the Shield, subscribe on YouTube, check me a follow over on Twitch, or maybe even consider checking out my Patreon and becoming an officer within the ranks. But thank you again for watching this video, and I will catch you all very, very soon. This is Captain Meatshield, signing off. Good God, you are a very narrow thing, aren't you? It's like somebody took a Triceratops and just went...